once again from What It Takes Radio, and welcome once again to the Transplant Zone. Gary is pressing on. He's in the hospital. It's been a rough time as he's been up and down with the various drug treatments that are taking place, but he has asked me to kind of keep you a little bit informed of what's going on, and so thank you for the opportunity to do just that. Hello, dear friends in the Transplant Zone. I'm Stan the Radio Man, and I'm the one who has become a good friend of Gary, and Gary has become an even better friend to me. And I've been knowing about his transplant situation for a couple years now, and it's getting closer, it seems, the time where perhaps it's going to happen. Gary has told me, he said, I've really felt kind of grumpy lately. I've been so full of drugs and things that they're putting in me in different balances that have to be ready. And he said, my speech is sometimes a little bit foggy. And he said, I have a hard time talking to other people right now. And so I'm going to try and kind of sit in for him. I don't think I'll ever match his courage and sometimes his sense of humor and wit, but I certainly want to report to you that he's doing pretty good. He, this is so much him. He's visiting people as much as he can all over. The doctors told him to stop walking as much. He was up to a couple miles. Don't do that much. Just calm down, settle down. But again, he's made many friends in the hospital. The staff seems to enjoy working with him. And he's met a number of people. He said double lung transplants, kidney transplants, pancreas transplants. Many people in the transplant zone worrying, waiting, wondering, watching. And then the procedure. And that word always strikes me, the procedure. And then, of course, the recovery and hopefully the return to a natural form, or at least as possible to a natural form of life. And of course, Gary went ahead and told you how he is looking forward to many of the things that he hasn't been able to do for a long time. And one of his exercises, he went back and got a number of pictures from years ago that showed him strong and healthy and doing all the things that he loved. And he's hoping that by God's grace and our prayers and thoughts and the goodness of the doctors and the donor, the family, that in effect, he will be able to continue living and continue to try and do the good things that he said. God sent me back to do good things, and so I've got to try and keep that up. And I want to help him do just that, and many of you do too. But the point is, this is about making commitments to one another. Gary had a very interesting statement that he made the other day. And it kind of goes along with something that I taught many young people years ago and still do. Oftentimes they were talking about their situation, perhaps trying to find a job, getting into a college. And here's what I said to them. Whenever you're talking to an older person, and if they just happen to say, maybe even politely, well, how can I help you? Be prepared to answer that question. Something specific, something that can be done. Be prepared to answer the question, how can I help you? And with good sense, common sense, and well-intentioned, and not asking for things that they could not provide, but do that. And then Gary also said this because it actually happened with him. He had a friend who was dying, and he then went and said to the friend, well, what can I do for you now? And he thought, well, some errand, and the person said, would you take care of my dog? And he's, oh my goodness. And he said, I said, I will take care of your dog. And now he's doing just that and seeing if perhaps he should keep it for a while or try and put it in a rescue facility. But he said, I had to keep my word. I asked him, what can I do to help you? And he told me. And then, as he says, when people ask you to do something, do it. And that's something that he has lived by. And that's something that was an encouragement to me and an encouragement to all of us. Yes, uh, as he comes out of the transplant zone, we may say, well, what can we do to help you now? Or he may say, um, well, could you do this or could you do that? And what we need to do is say, and I've made this commitment. I said, Gary, whatever you need that I can do, I will make a commitment to do all I can to help you uh, through the transplant zone and into a better and more complete and fuller and return to life as you wish it would be. As I say, the life you want, not just the life you got. So that's just my words. I hope that has been helpful to you. I ask you to continue to pray and think for Gary. As soon as he's in place and on his way, I will let you know and we'll go from there. Thank you for being with us in the transplant zone. Best and blessings to you. And thank you for being with us. Till next time, maybe soon. Bye for now.